morning YouTube channel. I am Kendall Gomez. Baby, I got some tea. I got some opinions. I'm going to weigh in on some things. And girl, I got the morning horoscopes. Make sure you subscribe. Make sure you hit that like button. And make sure you put on that notification button so when I come late, like I did today, y'all can catch me. Ooh, that was a whole jingle, girl. Grand Rising. Let me share my live a couple of times. I'm back. And then let me share this with my people. Okay. So, I just saw something uh on one of my YouTubers. She's one of my favorite YouTubers, and I watch her. Oh, I can't remember her name right now, and this is sad. But this is about the LGBTQ community. We are supposed to be protected, like the dolls. They say protect the dolls, but then these dolls are out here fighting and busting windows and just all kinds of stuff, right? And I mean, it's good to know how to protect yourself, but you have to know when to turn that off. And I guess these are young people. I was hearing Grand Rising, Chrissy Jones. This was young people I was hearing about earlier. And I was saying, I left a comment that in homosexual housing, on Rikers Island, they closed that because it was more turned up in there than it was in general population. So I know for me, sometimes I get a little rah rah, but what I realized by watching them, I'm watching myself, my younger self. And what I want to say to my younger self right now is, this not even worth it. People are not even worth fighting. Let them have it. What if they want to be right? Whether I'm wrong, it's not worth getting into it where we have to fight. But anyway, let me get to the morning horoscopes and stuff. And remember, please subscribe. I need like 100 and I need 200 more subscribers, guys, to my channel. I do the morning horoscopes and the trending topics because that's when we can start doing some other things. I know I'm late on the OBS and in my little corner in my house, well in my studio because I do have another room. Just give me a minute and I'm gonna get there. It's just a lot going on, and make sure you subscribe to my channel. Um, subscribe, guys. I need you guys to subscribe. And your trolls, you need to get a handle on it because I know some of y'all must be lonely. I be seeing some of the comments and I'm like, nobody loves you. And this is the problem. People get on the internet and bully people behind a fake page. And I really believe these people are not loved. Nobody loves these people. Or they don't love themselves, or they're just demon seeds. I don't know, but here they are bees. And raggedy bitch. Yeah, so good morning, G dolls. Good morning, gents. And good morning, raggedy bitches. Good morning. All right, because they're gonna come anyway, and people are gonna have their opinions and everything else. But you know what opinions are like, right? Anyway, guys, I got some tea. I got an update on Sydney Star, so we're gonna get with that. I also have some information about Sean Combs. Sean Combs, good morning, Grand Rising. Sean Combs just extended his stay at the federal penitentiary. Oh, give me a minute, guys, because I don't want my phone to get hot. I am so sorry. Yeah, that was my bad. Give me a minute, because I'm trying to make sure. As soon as I said Sean Combs, look, the phone fell. Ah, ah. And if you don't know, I was at the Sean Combs trial. Um, and it was, I had my take on it. Everybody didn't see the way I seen it. I just seen, that there's never justice for us. And my thing is, when is there going to be justice for the transgender community that we just cannot be without being ridiculed every moment, every breath, everything, and then it becomes, oh, it's not everything. Is not about being a transgender. It's about being a decent human being and paying your bills, and that's it. It's not like everybody else, you know. So anyway, guys, let's get to the morning horoscopes. And here we go, because I want to get to this because I got some stuff to tell you guys, right? I got some tea, real tea. So we're going to weigh in on, because Sydney Stars, she's facing life, 25 to life. And I got that from the neighborhood talk. And they are a very reputable, um, source. And it's all over the internet. But 25 to life, she's facing, I mean, if you can't do that, I mean, kids, kids. I always say keep kids. I'm like Scarface, keep kids and women out of it. But, some of the women that come for me, take them with you. But I am pro women, even though that I'm transgender, I am pro woman, right? Because look at me, and I'm transgender. Why wouldn't I be pro woman? It's a compliment. And at the end of the day, I don't use that terminology, sis. I think it's silly, and I think it's a dig. I don't like it, but that's just me. And they, people argue about it. It's in the dictionary, but jackass is, or ass is in the dictionary. That doesn't mean I have to use the word in my everyday vocabulary. That's so demeaning. That's just like calling me a trans. That's a trans, which I am. But you get where I'm going with this. If you want respect, you want to give respect. And go where you are loved. That's it. Don't go where you are not welcome and try to push yourself on people. I'm just saying, because I don't have to push myself on anybody. That doesn't make sense. I go where I'm loved, and I don't waste my time. I'm damn almost 60 years old. I'll be 60 years old in less than a year, guys. Anyway, let's get to these morning horoscopes. Oh, so, we're going to start off with Cancer. And Cancer, somewhere in your heart, you have the script running. You can either have money or be happy. But really, nothing could be further from the truth. If you just sit yourself for a moment, you will realize that you can have both, right? So you can have both. You can have happiness and money. And, you can have anything you want, and don't let anybody tell you you can't do that, or you should. When you have your mind set on something, you should be able to share it with your people without them shooting it down. And that's the bottom line. Be around people that's going to serve your greater and highest good. And if not, you take people in doses. That's all. But anyway, guys, ah, ba, 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 ba. But it will require you to step outside your obsessive thinking mode and move into self assured, intuitive action mode. Tonight, before you go to bed, think of your most pressing question and ask yourself, how do I make my life easier? Then trust the simple ideas that steps the flow through your consciousness, because sometimes we got to see how we make our lives a lot easier, right? Okay, because they got big bees, so if you hear me scream, ooh, the big bee, ah! But let me roll up my window. Ooh, damn it, because these bees ain't gonna get up in here. They fighting and stuff like crouching tigers and hidden dragons, girl. Ooh, hey guys, yeah, I'm gonna put on my air. So, girl, it is so much going on. But let me get back to Cancer. So Making life easier is like one of the things that we want to do, right? We want to make our lives easier. Some people say work hard, be hard, live hard. I can't do that. I had disagreed with my husband, and he thought we should work hard. Okay, I get to charge my freaking car. Look at this here. Won't God will. I get to, oh, yes, guys, I get to, oh, I'm so happy. Give me 1 second, guys. I'm waiting for this guy to leave. I'm waiting. Yeah, he left. Can I go? Okay, I get to charge my car. Let me put the car in the charger real quick, guys. I'm gonna put the car in the charger. This was my purpose of coming here. So patience is a virtue. See, as I sat here and I said, well, I need to be productive anyway and do my live. You know what I mean? And let me do this. Hold on. Let me do this one thing. Oh, where are you? Okay. Oh, sorry, guys. I'm back. I'm back. I'm back. All right. So the car is charging. We got things going. Give me 1 second. One second. Oh, 'cause I need a little air. Give me 1 sec, guys. 1 second. Oh, I had to do what I had to do. I do apologize. I had to do what I had to do, Lord. Okay, so this needs to be on here. Can you guys hear me? Hello, hello. Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Okay, perfect. Perfect, perfect. Ah, okay, guys. Listen. Let's get back to the morning horoscopes because I was able to charge my car, which I needed. I really, really had needed, right? Let me take off my glasses because I'm hot altogether. I am hot altogether. So I just charged my car, plugged it in. No, I don't. Sorry. That's what I did. I haven't charged my car all week. Okay. You too. Thank you. I just don't want to be bothered right now. But anyway, guys, I'm back. So Cancer, the trick here is not to shun your ideas because you ask for simpler solutions and your mind, right? Along with your guides, has helped serve them to you. So you can get to your goals real quick. So, and good morning, Mario, Grand Rising, Grand Rising. Yeah, it's kind of hot in here, but I'm here and I'm going to turn on some air. Let's turn on some air. Let's just turn on some air. I need a little air. Get some air going in here, guys. Yeah, I need some air. All right, guys. Let me get to. So, bottom line, Cancer, you can have it all. You just got to find a keep things simple, keep things, and this, I'm telling myself this. This is why I'm pronouncing the syllables. Because I do have goals and I know certain things I got to do in order to, keep people out of my goals. Um, and as far as the negative stuff that may happen, stuff that I can, you know, uh, be deterred from, avoid, instead of saying, well, I'm not like, I don't want to be that easygoing on myself anymore. I can't worry about what other people do or how they do their life. But I know for me, um, I have to do my life the way it works for me. And, hopefully in the future, I will have a mate that we think the exact same because it's hard being an imp out here, girl. So I'd rather just be with a singular person that I know that is not jealous, that has no mommy issues, that are unresolved because we all got issues. I got mommy issues, but I work on them. I talk to therapy. I go get help. Um, and that's the bottom line. Just going to go get that help, right? That we need. But I don't want to be with anybody that I don't want to be around anybody that does not respect my life, And let me tell you something. I before I go into to Taurus, I mean to Aries, I was on a dating site, right? And I happened to we exchanged numbers or whatever. So the gentleman, I was like, well, what do you do for a living? He was like, I live. I said, no, that's the wrong answer. Because you're going to ask me, or like what I find out about these guys, they want to try to find out about you so they can use that and without telling you about themselves. But this is why dating is so important. And I tell people, dating is very important. All that rushy love bombing stuff, do that to go love bomb your mama. I'm serious. Love bomb the lady or the lady that raised you. That's who you love bomb. Don't love bomb people in the beginning so they don't get to know who you are. So they're smothered with love. That's what happened to me. Because if I would have known what I know now, baby, I would have still been single. I'm only married once. But it's okay. They say free is a charm. I don't know. I ain't looking forward to it either. I'm a be over here and mind my business. But anyway, guys, cosmic tip to the Cancer, do your research. No, that's not Cancer. Relieve yourself and you will do it. So relieve yourself from anything that's stressful, right? And last night I took me a nice Epsom salt and lavender bath. Oh, I'm gonna do another one later. That was awesome. And was pulling out toxins. I could feel my feet were very, it was just fabulous. But anyway, guys, Aries. And today is August 6th, 2026. Oh, I got my credit card bill to pay. I was going to do my eyelashes while I sit here, but it is too hot to be doing anybody's eyelashes, girl. Anyway, Aries, learn new ways of going about what you're doing, whatever it is. And good morning, Grand Rising to all Aries, Taurus. Your awareness is showing you something. Dare to notice it? Gemini, do your research and make wise decisions because many a times I feel like make just how I move is to do research because I learned from my past instead of doing moving from trauma. Like do things from a trauma based action. Like, oh, I need to get this real quick because I'm not responsible for my money, so I gotta go borrow money, and oh, I gotta and ask people, talk to people you wouldn't regularly talk to because at the end of the day, trauma, trauma driven action will make you do those things. And I learned that from my last relationship, right? So, anyway, Leo, get to know yourself enough to trust yourself and handle life. And Grand Rising, I know my nails are not done, guys. I I've been I was going to the Chinese man, and my nails. If you could look at this one nail, and right here where that was all the way down to my skin. Never again. So you can talk about my nails right now. I keep filing them down so they grow out, but never again. It's back to press-ons because y'all won't be filing my whole nail bed down anymore. I swear to God, I hate that. Um, and because I didn't want my nails this short, I wanted them just a little longer where they look neat, manicured. But right now, Mama had to take a break. But yeah. But anyway, guys, so we did Leo, get to know yourself and handle life. Yes. All right, Virgo, gain objectivity to notice the humor in every situation. So look at the objective. Look at the opposite. Look how things really are panning out. And then you'll be able to make, your like, light-hearted um form of opinion when you form your opinion, right? From your own experiences. All right, Libra, your energy determines the outcome of your life. Scorpio, you are being recognized for all you do, even if you don't see it just yet. Keep going. And that's to Mikey, wherever he is at. He's a Scorpio, my baby. He's been doing a lot of good work with his music and stuff. Every once in a while, I'll go on Mikey's page and look at his music. I'm not like I was before because I go where I'm loved. I go where I'm appreciated, right? So I, after a while, you stop trying and adults are adults. None of these people are babies. All right, Sagittarius, review everyone's motives and perspectives before you take the plunge. Capricorn, what is the situation teaching you? Whatever you've gone through, because I feel like you can't, you know, I my ex used to be like, "That's the way I am," and I hate to hear people say that. That means you're not willing to change. That means you're willing to stay in your funkified ways, which no longer serves your greatest or highest good. But that's just me, and I have an anger issue, and I always trying to work on that anger issue. That's been one of my life flaws is my anger issue. Yes, because I've been hurt so many times. So when I hear someone say that's just me, I get away from them because I'm not gonna be. You're not gonna be just you around me. Ew. And getting back to what I was saying before, um, what was I gonna say before? Well, we'll get back to that. We're at Aquarius. Aquarius, move your focus from the glittery stuff to still. Oh wait, move your focus from the glittery stuff to the real soul in your story. Yeah, make it real, make it right, make it life, give it life. Ashe. All right. Ashe, Ashe. Pisces. make a decision, and then work tirelessly at it. And that's what I've been doing. I've been working on all points of my life. I've been working on loving me. I've been working on, trying to understand a little more about people, because sometimes it's good to understand as well. It's just like finding the balance. I hope a bee don't fly up in here, because if I jump out this car or I get banned, because you'll see peonies and behind everywhere, because that's how I'm trying to get over there, because that means a bee came in here. But anyway, guys, that's for the morning horoscopes, because I keep seeing this bee. And I'm like, why? 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 Ha ha. But anyway, guys, girl, I got tea. I need some breakfast too. Girl, I got tea. Now, let me ask you this question. Sylvia Robinson from the Sugar Hill Records, was she the queen of hip hop or the first con artist out there? Because many of artists from back in the 70s and 80s were saying they were being robbed, they weren't being paid their royalties, blah blah blah. But everybody's known that these record companies and stuff are shady. But for Sylvia Robinson, if you don't know who Sylvia Robinson is, hold on for one moment. I'm gonna give you her. I'm gonna give you Sylvia Robinson right now. The story behind Sylvia Robinson. Let's go. But the very artist she made famous. Both titles come from the same 11 years, and by the end of this story, you're going to have to decide which one she actually earned. Welcome to Black History Unfiltered. Today, Sylvia Robinson, visionary or one of music's most successful hustlers. Before hip hop, Sylvia was already a working singer. In 1957, she scored a hit as half of the duo Mickey and Sylvia with Love is Strange. By 1973, she had a solo smash with Pillow Talk. She knew the business from the inside. Then in 1979, at a club in Harlem, she watched a DJ rap over a break in Chic's Good Times, and she saw something the entire music industry had missed. She pulled a teenager off pizza duty, put together three unknown rappers, and recorded Rapper's Delight in a single take. It became the first rap song to crack the Billboard Top 40, reportedly selling 96,000 copies in one day alone. Here's where the story splits. One of those rappers, Big Bank Hank, performed rhymes that weren't his. They belonged to a Bronx MC named Grandmaster Caz. Which I know who Grandmaster Caz is. I was good friends with his girlfriend from back in the day, through my godmother Edwina introduced me to her, which he was coming in and out of the house. Hello, how are you? We were introduced or whatever. But you get the gist. People weren't getting paid. They were getting their stuff used. I'm not gonna go any further right now with that, but they were getting their music put out there, and they weren't getting their royalties, and she was getting all that money. But they were getting, little gifts, and they were taxing that. And as you know, with the record companies, it is the devilment. But to me, but let's finish this real quick. Got nothing for it. And the track's bass line was so close to Chic's Good Times that Nile Rodgers and Bernard Edwards had to threaten a lawsuit just to get a songwriting credit on a song they effectively created. It didn't stop there. In 1982, Sylvia produced The Message, one of the most important records in hip-hop history. And group after group signed to her label, Sugar Hill Records, said the same thing afterward. Royalties they never saw. So I know they're not lying, because I know a lot of, like, Special K from the Treacherous Three broke. Grandmaster Caz, I can't say he's broke, but broke, because they don't have the. And what I mean by that is that they don't have the money that they should. All the old school rappers, they don't have the money that they should. So Sylvia Robinson should be ashamed of herself. And I was in at the beginning of all that. I used to have a whole bunch of Sugar Hill records collection, at home, right? And And my parents did too. Um, which is a shame. It's a shame these people had created hip hop to let the babies of hip hop, and I can say all of these people are babies of hip hop because these men were out here making a way out of no way for people to figure out. Because first hip hop wasn't all of that. And then all the white folks were saying it's dangerous, it's that, but they seen a glitch that they could fix. And that was through getting these Jewish lawyers and all the legalities and bringing it to the government. Remember Easy, and all, NWA, and you know, they were being ridiculed, but they found a loophole in the 80s and 90s, the later 80s and 90s, and people were getting starting to make money. MC Hammer, he went broke from paying, at one point. And MC Hammer was one of my favorites. I used to have a crush on MC Hammer. I know he's straight and everything, but that one of the most gangster rappers out there. You would never believe MC Hammer was one of the most gangster rappers, and he still ain't a game. And he employed or, and you know what's so crazy, and this is why God continued to bless him, because that man got rich and didn't allow his people from the hood, and he helped all his people, dancers. Like he was really about that life, MC Hammer, of helping the next one. And he's a minister now, I believe. And he's been on a couple of reality shows, but I love MC Hammer. They don't give him enough credit for him being him. Can't touch this. Ha ha! And he also had a cartoon. And those saggy pants, from the bottom that connected down by the calves, they were very loose. Those pants. Oh, I used to love to see his dances up there. But anyway, guys, let me get to some more tea. But yes, Sylvia Robinson, I just feel like she could have did our people better. Yeah, she was a hustler. Yeah, she was beautiful. She did pillow talk. I thought she was the best thing since Pockets when I seen her on Pillow, singing the song Pillow Talk on Soul Train. Yes. Pillow, pillow talk of mine. Yes. All right. Let me get back to my stuff here. And it's for entertainment and educational purposes only. Now, I quit school in the sixth grade. You're supposed to be a leader. Now, Miss Netta, they stay picking on Miss Netta, but let's get to Sydney Star. Because Sydney Star, now I'm going to just say this, Sydney Star made the bed and laid in it. And why I'm saying, and I have to say, people are coming out and saying she had a whole bunch of underage people on her, was it her, one of her Twitter or one of her accounts? But let's open up and let's get into this because Sydney Star, oh yeah, they got Sean Combs' release date, um 2028. So February 20th is pushed back because we're gonna get with that too. But let's get with Sydney Star. And let me tell you something. Just because, just because Sydney Star did it doesn't mean any other transgenders will do it. And there's nasty people all over. There's creepy people all over. I'ma just say this. There was a whole what if like somebody says, oh, because transgenders were touched and so they touch people. Well, what about the men and women that were touched? Do they touch people as well? Make this make sense. Everybody, people work through those things. Everybody does not touch, become adults and, touch things that they shouldn't, being a Pedialyte. I definitely, I don't definitely want nobody young. As I got older, my senses, carried. to a higher point. But girl, she is facing 20, Sydney Starr is facing 25 years of life. I don't feel bad for Sydney. Sydney has never been one of my favorite, advocates for transgender. She's young. She was like on 42nd Street in different places, holding hands, letting guys get up in her face. She was younger and she looked real as rain. But as she got older, she started not looking like the same. And we all do, right? But in particular, I think her attitude and her not willing to change, or her seeming so desperate, put a bad light on Sydney. And I never really, she was not one of my biggest fans. But yep, she is facing 25 years to life for um a 14-year-old that was staying in the same hotel. Um, and this is the story. Oh, let me get the correct story because I want to say this right. Hold on, guys, because yeah, this is serious because I want to get this right. It's real. So, so Sydney Starr has been released following a recent, and this is 2 days ago. Oh God, 2 days ago. Multiple felony charges after police arrested her on Sunday. In connection with an alleged assault of a juvenile at Hatefield Hotel. And this is crazy because I, they saying she looked like Big Meech. Now, y'all, I'm not gonna laugh at my sister, poor doll, but she looked like Queen Latifah. She was given, with her mugshot. I'll show you a mugshot because yeah, this is a mugshot, and this is what happens when you even put yourself in that. I don't even play with underage people. I try not to be, in the like no, because we're not doing that, right? Oh God, let me go into the comments. Lord, I don't even want to read some of these comments because they're so disrespectful. But here we go. They said Demetrius Flannery, is that you? Because Demetrius Flannery is Big Meech. Why they talking about my sister like that? Okay, let me go to a couple of more. But getting off of that, because I don't even want to do because I'm like, oh my God. I thought I would get more information from the comments, but no, we're not. Yeah, I can't take it seriously because none of those people come and support me. None of those same people that get mad or whatever be like, yeah, we shouldn't be talking. Why would I sweep something like that under the rug? Why couldn't I have weigh in on that? You want me to be quiet? Like that sounds really crazy. Like somebody touching me when I was younger, and they're telling me to be quiet about it. No, this should be talked about. And this is for anyone who has the rhyme or the reason to be around an underage child. I heard some things about someone I know that him and a friend were caught with no clothes on and anyway, child, by the baby mama and the kids. lying. I thought they were lying before, but yeah, Sydney Star, I believe she's guilty. And the only reason why I say she's guilty because when I was looking on the internet yesterday, right, I was seeing that the young boy and his brother were telling, uh, this is crazy. So that this is from the shade room. So you know the shade room don't lie. Ooh. So it says cops say Sydney Starr had an open uh condom wrapper fall out of pocket during the Pedialyte arrest, claiming the boy told her he was 18. But still, isn't that kind of creepy? 17, 18? And you're older? And how old is Sydney Star? Wait a minute, because she's not like 20 or something like that. Hold on. How old is Sydney Star? Okay, for her to be 37 years old, that's disgusting. And I do see a lot of girls be like, ooh. I see some girls, I'm not saying all, I do hear some be like, and those are the ones that are like raggedy and worn down, but there's some that are staying up like people. But I know there's some girls that don't mind because they're 18. That means they're young. I had this butch queen say that about somebody in my building. We never were the same ever again. I never looked at him the same. And I could never look at him the same for him to say, uh, if they're old enough to. I just was so thrown to the side by that yeah, some people feel comfortable with me because they feel like I'm dumb, stupid, or something. I be sitting and collecting the information about what people are really on, and that's not. He's not my. I would never even hug him. I would wave from him at afar. I wouldn't even care if he never spoke to me. I don't care if they're LGBTQ. I'm not sticking up for them. I don't care if they're straight. When you mess with underage people, because they are people too, I don't look at you the same. And she's 37 and he's supposedly, if he said he was 18, you're still nasty, Sydney Star. That's disgusting. You could have went for somebody like 25, 24. Like if I was that age, 20, even 23, I could see you doing that. But 18 and, I mean, 19 and 20, come on now, Sydney. That's disgusting. I can't even, I can't even help you. I don't even want to help you. Because if you're on that type of time and stuff like that, and why would the boy tell you he's 18? Did y'all talk or did you see? Did you look at his ID if he looked so young? Like 18. Oh God, like ew. And it's so bad because I've been there. That has happened to me. That's why I'm saying ill. And I was only 4 and she was 20. How old was this lady? Mary Black. How old was Mary Black when she did the thing she did to me? She was 21, 22, and I was only 4. Mary Black from Portchester, New York. Everybody. Because I'm going to put her name out there too. I'm not going to cover up her name. You got to be kidding me. And that's why I get upset because I know what it's like to survive and have survived. She could have put me back in the day. They were putting kids in the oven and turning the oven on and leaving them there. Unbeknownst to my mother, she came home because I bit this lady on the finger because one day my mother left and she gave me this look. That same look she used to give me with nobody around. And she went to reach me and I bit her so hard on her finger and went up and under the bed. My mother came home and beat me just for protecting myself, asking no questions. And I really don't forgive my mother for that because she still does not support me the way she should. And I've been through a whole lot. This is why I stick up for myself with people because I'm not letting one MF try me. Not verbally, not mentally, and not spiritually. That's why I tell people keep it cute with me because I have to protect myself by any means necessary. And so should you. But anyway, back to the regular scheduled program. Because I got a little, yeah, and this for entertainment and educational purposes only, because I'm a little hurt that people can make up excuses or just forget. Like you ask them something about their case, the touchy feely people, um, the Pedialites. It don't make sense. When I tell you it don't make no sense, it don't make no sense. It's hot in here. But at the end of the day, you lose some, you win some. And we just lost one to a like just unhealed. It doesn't matter if you were, done that way. And that's why I tell people go to therapy because you end up with these horrific charges, whether it's, unaliving somebody, whether it's doing what Sydney Starr did, whether it's bank fraud. If you have because people see certain things as, oh, that wouldn't do that, but you would do something else. Everybody bears a cross that they have to carry. That's why I'd rather just be around my other half. When I really get into a relationship, I want to be around my other half. I don't want to live with my other half. I don't, yeah. But I want to get to know my other half. I want to be like that. That's ideal because you want to know who you with. And I want you to tell me everything. And you can look up my stuff because I'm going to tell you everything you can check up against. But I learned from my last relationship, check them and believe it. Whatever you hear, believe it. You hear me? I'm just saying. I'm just saying. Ooh, it gets real, guys. It gets so real about people that the truth sounds further than a lie. But she's going to jail. And she's going to jail. She's going to jail. She's in, okay, so Sydney Starr is being accused of aggravated pedialighting and sexual battery against the underage 16 and then doing it from horrific things to that young boy. According to the Hateville Police Department records reviewed by the Internet Entertainment Weekly. So the alleged incident took place at an Embassy Suites in Hateville, Georgia, just outside of Atlanta. Starr remains in custody at the Fulton County Jail. Good. I thought she was released, so we're getting the real tea from Entertainment Weekly. But because the case involves an underage person, Hateville police told Fox 5 they will not be releasing additional information at this time because it's a very touchy situation. It's a very creepy situation. And it's a very unwarranted situation. You should have never put yourself in that position to be locked up because they must have enough evidence to leave you up in there, right? So the sentence, so in a statement, TMZ Star said she unequivocally denies the allegations against her and intends to vigorously defend herself through the legal process. She continued allegations should not be mistaken for fact and public opinion should never replace due process. I but he was 18. If he told you he was 18, that's still too close. And I'm just saying for me. What makes you so thirsty that you're 37 and you would want to date an 18-year-old? That's almost 20 years behind you. What would make you want to, so it shows she's unstable. There's something going on with her because I found out with people like that, that it's an illness. It's a real mental illness. They, it's sexual deviancy, and I learned that through someone's parole officer. And it could be a smell, it could be a something about the person's look. Uh, I don't know, but yeah, this for entertainment and educational purposes only, guys. But Sydney Star, you should be ashamed of yourself. And this is why a lot of people in the community I don't rock with, because they'll be like, yeah, somebody that's he's 18, he's old enough. Get away from me with all of that. This is why I hang by myself. Because a lot of y'all are nasty, and a lot of y'all let people get away with it. For the kids that are being thrown out of the house early, I hear, even in the ballroom scene, that things are unspoken of. I, I would, they, I remember back in the day, you do some creepy stuff, you gonna get rocked and beat up real bad. Nowadays, it's like you let the worst offenders do things and we gotta protect them. I know why, because a lot of those offenders gonna wait. I'm just saying, that's just my opinion. Because remember, the hills have eyes, incestuous people, cousins on cousins. But this for entertainment and educational purposes only. Guys, girl, let me see what else I got. Because had something else. I got bit yesterday. I need me another Epsom salt bath to take that the rest of it out. But girl, it is so much going on. Oh God. Ooh. Now, girl, Cardi B is in the on the in. Girl, Chris Griffith is the fine light skinned guy with Stephon Diggs. God, girl, give me a close up, please. Let's get the close up. Him, him, him. And he got paid. He got the settlement from Stephon Diggs. And when you get a settlement, that means yes, clearly. It means you're guilty because you don't want no more coming out. I'm just saying. I'm just saying. So he is the male assault accuser, claps back at Cardi B and defends Stephon Diggs, stands by his history. How many kids were born last year with the last name Diggs? A plethora, a plethora. I don't think she would have signed up for that. And so he goes on to tell Cardi B, I have too much respect for Cardi and women in general. For me to say anything despairing back to her. But mama, please take off your blinders. My time around that collective predates you. Meaning he been around way before she had. And that's a whole read right there, girl. That's a read. That's a read. And that's gathering a girl together to let her know I've been here way before you. And I can do that too in one of my situations and stuff, but I wouldn't. And maybe I've been around for with this one particular person, but I also letting that go. I'm not even talking about my marriage. Ooh, the shade. But I'm letting anything go that makes me look bad, right? And I'm talking about people, anything or a person that tries to make me look bad or feel bad about anything I got going on, I'm getting up away from, right? But girl, that was a read. Poor Cardi B. I feel so bad, girl. He told her I was around. My time around Stephon Diggs predates you, baby. I've been putting up with baby mamas and, other corridors in the house, trap doors. And he's been putting up with that. And I believe that too. And I can see Stephon Diggs, and there's nothing being in love with who you're being in love with. But when you're involving a whole bunch of people, now you got people going at it against each other for the title to have you. You're a F boy. That's what you are. I'm not fighting for no F boy. You're not that great because the greatest thing you only have is the what do they call eggplant? That's the only thing that you worth is an eggplant. Girl, bye. You can get more. You can get you the whole fruit stand, the whole vegetable stand, and just the whole block, right? I know girls that have done that, but just to get the bare minimal, I've been that girl too. And I decided that that's not what I want. I'm on a dating app, and I am not letting anybody cross my threshold. Only two men, one man can do that, and that's Alex. He can only cross my threshold because I don't believe anybody else would be trustworthy. I don't think any other man is trustworthy for that because Alex ain't never stole from me. Alex tells me the truth, and Alex stands by his word, and so does Kuko, but I don't trust him at all. Once I got a little clarity on everything, my trust, yeah, he can go on and go earn, girl. And he'll be like, stop talking about me. I'm going to talk about you all the time, ninja, until I finish healing. You shouldn't have stuck around so long if you didn't want me to talk about you. F out of here. But anyway, guys, yeah, because he tells me, yeah, I see you talking about, yeah, I am. I see you have a resentment too because you're being exposed. Just like your baby mamas exposed you a long time ago and I didn't listen because I was so locked in love and locked up with you in love. I wasn't locked up with them, but I was there. And just be careful with these guys, man, because you just never know. They're like a box of chocolates. You take one bite and you get a little something, and then you might get something else on the other side. Life is like that, baby. So just be careful with these men. If you are still male centered and need a man, just be very careful because ain't nothing wrong with a little loving. If you get it, ain't nothing wrong with a little loving. But I know for me, I'm not doing it. Not now. I love my peace. Now I can go on a date and be friendly with someone, but I don't. I can't do it, guys. Cause you see, Cardi B, me. I can't say Tasha K has ever been through anything. I don't think, and maybe they have, and they kept it under wraps. Uh, Plenty of people. Miss Netta, even she. Ooh, wait! I got one more read. Now we got Laura Roach concerning. This is a message to Laura Roach. Ooh, child. Oh, 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 oh. He said pin pin pie face. No, he didn't call LaRoche pin pin. I don't necessarily think La Roche is very appealing. Let's go look at La Roche. Oh, Lord, 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 this is supposed to be La Roche. I just never thought La Roche was okay. His fashions are fab, but I don't think he's very appealing. With the wig, I think he could do some other style that would suit him better. A lot of people, and he carries fashion very well, but if you have to wear layers and big jackets and stuff, that's what you do. But remember, be kind because you're covering something up with those layers. I'm just saying, none of us are perfect. And that wig, I hate that wig. I hate it. I know this ain't no wig. This is my hair. I just happen to put some sheen on it and she just laid right into place. I hate wigs that look wiggy, and I've been a culprit of wearing wigs because they wiggy because my hair is really nice. And I remember just throwing pieces in my hair and it blending in perfectly. I can do that to get length. Like if I want a bob right now, I can get me a middle part bust down, but I'm not gluing nothing in my hair right now. I'm just not ready for all that action. But La Roche, get you a new wig stylist. I don't like those wigs on you. You need something that's gonna complement your face. He said potato head face. That's what y'all heard him here on I Am Kendall Gomez, girl. Anyway, I'm about to get off here because my car has been charging. I'm gonna have to charge my car somewhere later. I don't got nowhere to go but work tomorrow. But I am so grateful for you guys. And make sure you subscribe. Make sure you hit that like button. I need to get to 500 subscribers, guys. I need 500 subscribers. But let me leave you with this. Do your homework when you meet people because you don't know their background, you don't know their age. Look at some ID. Be like, let me see your ID if you look like your ID. Play around a little to see who is who. Because I'm gonna go with Sydney Star first, because you know, Sydney, you should have asked and you should have looked and you shouldn't even been around nobody, even if they were 18 and older. Come on, you're 37. What are you doing? I don't agree with you. I don't even care if you said he was 18. That made you look thirsty. And I never really cared for Sydney Starr anyway. I never did. And even if she's proven not guilty, I can't rock with her. 18? Come on. Give you some time. You need to sit down and think about how you move. And they give you life, girl. That's something that you're gonna have to do and deal with. Because that was nasty. Stefan Diggs situation. Everyone should be doing their homework and stop being money hungry, except Cardi, like the Cardi B's. She did it because she thought he was fine and it's my man, blah, blah, blah. We don't know their situation. We only know that Stephon Diggs got kids everywhere. Cardi B got a whole bunch of kids, you know, and stuff, but with the same man, except Stephon Diggs' child. Cardi B really loves when she loves, and I get it. I get Cardi B. Because you do anything and go out your way for love. So we're not going to knock Cardi. They've been reading Cardi about the old Navy commercial. She was making fun of fat people. I don't think she ever would make fun of heavy set people, fat shame people. And this for entertainment and educational purposes only. Um, let's get back to my lineup of me giving my, you know, my outlook on me. looking at the way people are or have been perceived. Okay, so now La Roche, because I'm about to come off. Now La Roche, um, the stylist, what's his name again? Law Roach. I'm calling him La Roach. Law Roach. Because I'm not into these stylists, and he's not a celebrity to me. I don't know him, and he can get me places, of course, but I'm not looking for it. I'm looking for God to take me places. Ha ha ha! Let me tell you that. I don't have to kiss nobody's behind to get me to where I need to get to, right? But La Roche, you need to be a little nicer to people. Because we remember what happened with Tyra Banks, and now she's being humble. And the way that child just read you, Laura Roach, I, he put you together real quick. And there'll be more to come if you, because you know the LGBTQ community is not nice. And I think a lot of that stuff, and I'm be honest with you, is phony. A lot of that like ballroom stuff, and it's phony. Cause I see stuff in there that I'll be like, huh? And what? And then I see the most amazing things. But nowadays, I don't. I feel like it's more of a popular, being popular and grouped together and bullying and all that stuff. It's not. It's not a real place for me. And this is why I kind of backed out. No, I am not in a house. No, I am not affiliated with any houses. I am affiliated with me, Kendall, the house of God, the house of living right, my house or my block. Anything but that. I don't, because even when I came in to age, I wasn't looking for a house to be in. I didn't even know what that stuff was. And I got, bamboozled into that mess. I would never do that. I don't need to do that. All I need to do is love myself, be kind to myself. And just like I said, we have to learn a level of respect for people and get to find out who people is before we give them that level of respect. You understand what I'm saying? Just find out who you're around, what they're about, before you get into anything serious with people. As you see, people are getting married and divorced left and right, girl. They, it's it's real, especially now here in 2026, going into 2027. It's getting real out here. So, like I said, get to know who you are around. Love yourself enough to know what type of people you're going to be around or what type of person that you're going to fall in love with. Just make sure you do your homework because people lie. Numbers and things don't lie. The articles in the newspaper don't lie, right? And I don't regret being married or anything. I'm actually very grateful that I went through what I went through because now I can meet my Prince Charming. And that might be just a friend online. That might be my Prince Charming, but it won't be a man living up in my house ever again. Um, I just know I love myself more than these guys sought out for me to love. And I love myself more. People treated me kind of semi weird, and it's okay because I've been through a lot. And what I learned is that mofos will kick you when you're down, and those are the cowards in life. Oh, this is a dress. Thank you though. Yeah, this is a dress, baby. But get to know who you're around. Just don't let these people in your house off these dating sites and all that stuff. That's too much. It's too much. Hold yourself accountable for being more responsible for yourself and the world at large. Right? And with that, I'll see you on my next video. And have a nice day. Unless you choose otherwise.